Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and this is Quick Little Foolishness Friday chat. Okay, because I'm like, what is going on with people? Why is everybody around here fussing? And why is Chris Brown around here acting like, we acting like Chris Brown. But, that's really all that's going on. And because I was not live the past 2 days, I'm like, girl, get on live on Friday, have a quick little foolishness chat with your JayBirds or whatever, and have a good time, okay? Now, if y'all have not done so already, y'all know to be sure to be around here and subscribing to my channel, okay? Subscribe to the channel. Become a whole JayBird, okay? Do not forget to also like the video, okay? Do not forget to also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, also on Twitter. Y'all know the comments in the comment section because it is a conversation, okay, between me and y'all and me and everything in between, okay? So chit chat with your girl. Now, y'all know to also share the video and stuff because that's what we are here to do, okay? Now, as I said, it ain't much going on, y'all. Ain't much going on at all, but we're going to talk about what it is to talk about. I got a couple of graphics, okay, to go through or whatever. We're going to look at some Jasmine brand stuff and some Love B. Scott stuff because I was like, it is so boring. Look, the celebrities, I'll pop on camera. Where I'm at. Hi. Hello. Hi. Let's hope my signal don't act stupid or whatever because y'all know how I be acting dumb. I'm pop off screen. But look, because it's not that much going on, everybody been behaving. Well, everybody except Chris Brown. Okay, Chris Brown. Chris Brown's being Chris Brown. But that's neither here nor there. Thank y'all to those who are already here. Okay. Thank y'all to those who will be watching the replay. Okay, because I know, y'all come back and watch me later on or whatever. Let me say. Let's say like I'm like, I just need them. They're not tripping enough though. Like I think celebrities like behaving. It's Chris Brown who around here acting, like he gonna act, okay? But hey to y'all, okay? See, been speaking that real time. Look, Britt. We're gonna for sure get into what that man talking about, okay? But hey to the people, okay? Let's see, have you tried the different of it? I have not. The reason I'm not in no rush to try to do things is because I don't. It's the same color. Like it won't look any different. So for me, I don't want to spend money on it when I already have 18 bottles of the red I already have, and because the color isn't any different, ain't no point in me like rushing to get it. So I'm like, I don't have any plans to get it until maybe the summertime. Okay, or if they put a color out that I don't already have. But the red matte color is just the same as this one. So I mean, me buying it would just be some extra money, but I already have I have like 6 bottles of this red. So I don't really need to buy more bottles of that one. So no. If you're not already, yes, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Yes. But hey to the people, okay? Chris Reed had his foot on me next today. And I look, people feel different ways about Chris Brown. And, I just feel like, he said what he said. Happy birthday, Andrea Harvey. Happy birthday to you. Come on now, 61 and blessed, okay? 61 blessings of birth. Come on out here and be right here and be gorgeous and amazing at 61, okay? It's the thing to do, okay? Now, because I don't want to be on here more than an hour, because I still have to watch Love at the Lockup, so we can go have that live tomorrow. I still have to watch last week's episode of Love America. I feel bad because people not really watching Love America DC. But I gotta watch last week's episode and then watch tomorrow's episode. I'm gonna do one live for them both. Not live. I'm gonna do one video for them both. Sometime either tomorrow or Sunday. But I do have to get on right here to get to Love at the Lockup, because tonight is the season finale. So that live will be tomorrow at 5:30. Okay, but let's get into some things. Some things. Our first one, because I told you it's not much. So I don't want to wait the whole 10 minutes. People will come in as they come in, and that's fine. Okay, but it was a couple things I wanted to show from my share screen. Okay, I want to get into these foods right here. Okay, the fact that we had just heard, a few months ago about, Kim and Kroy house in Georgia going up for sale because they ain't got no money to pay the bills, and she got, that ain't true. That ain't what's happening. Our house ain't for sale. Our house ain't in foreclosure. And the bank said, you're lying. The bank said you lying. Okay. Again, a few months after they were denying the bank saying it ain't your house no more. Well, they said, according to a notice shared with Wednesday by Fulton County Trust Bank, will auction off the property on March 7th in front of the Fulton County Courthouse after the couple defrauded on a $1.6 million loan they took out on the property in 2012. That was 11 years ago. This is the weird thing for me. Okay. This is why I hate all these ads. Oh, Jesus. The weird thing for me is Kim and Kroy was around here birthing them babies. Okay. Living a life of luxury, traveling and all this stuff. I just feel like y'all didn't think to pay the house off in the past 11 years. Because I feel like regular working folk who have regular jobs and they're not getting, this massive amounts of money, or what she acted like she was getting. She maybe was acting like she had all that money. I feel like regular folk who work regular jobs, who have regular salaries, you do have, 20, 30 years to pay off your mortgage. But if you around here flossing and bossing around as if you that bitch, okay, as if you rich, okay, as if you don't need this or that or whatever, you can, y'all can pay off that house. You took out a loan, the loan of $1.65 million in 2012, and in 11 years, y'all can pay off the house. It's a 7-bedroom house that's worth $2.5 million that you can't get. I'm sorry, you can't keep because you ain't got no money. And I'm not teasing her for not having no money, but y'all bought a house 11 years ago. And I just wonder what you've been doing this whole time. with your money. I know Kroy, wasn't, working. Kroy was not on. He wasn't playing football no more. But I was like, Kim, get your shit together, Kim. Your house finna be gone. They gonna own it. It ain't gonna be yours no more. Where could she? Cause all them kids, they need some space. You can't be around here without no space. All them children. They got like what 7? I mean, with the two oldest ones, but they got 5 at home. Mm. Jesus fix it. Megan Thee Stallion was around here spotted. We ain't seen Megan in a minute. Like Megan, after the trial stuff went down over there.
Happy birthday.
Megan just turned 28 years old, okay? And in her 28 years of life, they had a little surprise party for her. And I'm like, where Meg been? We ain't see. But I also feel like I did not want to do that. I did not want to click on that. I don't care what it say. They were saying how Megan Party broke up. We seen Party post a picture of her and him doing a little close-up shot or whatever. They were saying she was pregnant. She looked pregnant to me. I think this after the trial, Meg went and just sat down somewhere. Meg, so you know what? It's been a long time since I had a break. And after the trial and the back and forth of it all, I just went and wanted to go sit down somewhere and leave me be. So I'm happy she came out for her birthday, got a whole surprise birthday party. But I mean, I also hope she's doing okay mentally, because again, all that she went through was very, very tough or whatever. And people were assholes about, the whole Tory Lanez thing, whatever. So I'm really hoping that she's, has healed in many ways and is, able to chill out and be like them saying, just chill. Not have to worry about so many people stalking her every day. What's she doing? No, let her live. Let her be. I want to go over to the Jab and Girl. This is why I usually don't just be sharing from my thing, because there be too many ads, and I had time for all these ads. They irk my nerves. They get on all my nerves. The Jab and brand was talking about how people feel like Lori Harvey and Damson Idris, they don't have no real chemistry. I seen hi to the people coming in. Yeah, we just went off. We just going in. Okay, so hi to all the people. Hey. We not gonna be here long because all we have to discuss is Chris Brown. So I'm getting smaller topics out the way. I'm on a whole different screen, but I love you all. Okay, but Damson Idris, who plays Franklin on Snowfall. I cannot wait for Snowfall to come back next week. I can't wait. Can't wait. Anyway, but they was on the red carpet together, and people were commenting on the fact that, they don't know how to have chemistry because, they're not standing close to each other. It looks weird. Joe, get off my screen. It looks weird how they were standing, and I was like, girl, where's the picture at? Where's the picture? We even had a picture? Oh, they don't have a picture. Bastards. Anyway, I don't know where the picture at. Why would y'all have the story? Anyway, on the red carpet, they were spaced out. They weren't close together. So people were saying, they don't have no chemistry. She ain't pay. He didn't pay for the chemistry package. I'm like, leave it. Look. They both pretty people. She's beautiful. He's handsome. I've seen them posting each other on their social media. She put a comment out saying people were making up stuff because the reason they were standing so not far apart, the reason it was space between them was because she had body makeup on and did not want to get the body makeup on his clothes. And I was like, well, I mean, that's a response. No, that's a response. I also feel like, why you have body makeup on? But it also lets you know that, what I'm saying, what we think she looks naturally beautiful or whatever, sometimes it's makeup. And because I've seen them hugging and kissing in the mouth, on both of their stories or whatever, I mean, they're a couple. They are. And sometimes, on a red carpet may not be the best PDA of it all. Okay. And again, she said I had body makeup on. So it was like they had their arm around each other. but it wasn't a whole big to do. I'm so mad that the Gavin brand did not have the right photo up. Let me Google them. Damson Idris. Damson Idris. How do I spell his name? How you spell his name? Damson. Okay, there we go. And Lori Harvey. Damson and Lori Harvey. So this is the weird thing, y'all. I feel like, because this is the picture. Well, this is one of the pictures. They only posted pictures of them where they did not, use. They weren't close together. They were like standing a little bit far apart from each other. It was stuff like this. Like this. And I'm like, that's not that bad. And even this one. Where space in between them. But she was like, no, I told him as we was taking pictures or whatever, I got body makeup on. Okay, it's body makeup, so don't get too close. And then he has a black suit on. So I was like, that's fine. But I feel like when you see other, like, look at them. They do have affection or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They kissy, huggy, whatever. But you don't want your suit to get dirty. They both smiling. She looked like she liked him. I think people feel like Lori Harvey is somebody who's a serial dater. She don't want to really be with nobody for too long. But maybe she just hasn't met the right man. Thank you, Samantha, for the super chat. Somebody say, "Show, hey girl, hey, how you doing? Yeah, body makeup cover up the imperfections. I agree. So I need them to leave them alone. Okay, leave them alone. If they don't want to be all hooked up on the red carpet, that's okay. You don't have to be. If you don't want to be, you can sit around or whatever. Just be close to the person by this and hey. So also, people are about not Tamara, Tia and Cory who are getting closer to divorce. They're getting closer to having things settled, and I feel like why is people tracking the status of they're getting divorced. Oh, Tia handed over her financials. Okay, that's a part of the divorce. Now I get once they are finally divorced, sure. Say, hey, the divorce is final. But I'm like, but that showed me is a really slow news day when the news is, oh, they're close to. So what? Who cares? Not I said a cat. Okay, stop being weird. Anyway, we got that. I got that on my gun already. Oh, Don Lemon say dumb stuff. Don Lemon. I like Don sometimes, but sometimes Don needed to shut up. They were having a conversation about, mental competency of, presidents or whatever. And so, I don't know nobody because I'm not political, so I don't really get into that. But someone who wants to run for president, who's in her 50s, was saying, everybody around here should be tested for their brain and if they're competent enough to be president. Because Biden is old. Trump is old because they in their 70s. Okay, I do think if in your 70s, in your 80s, yes, let's be sure the person has the mental capacity to run stuff. Well, Don Lemon fooled himself was like, we know what this, if you Google it, on Google it says, women are, they're out of their prime, after like 30 or 40. I'm like, what? So Don was trying to say the lady who was suggesting, mental competency tests, who was in her 40s or her 50s, that's a slippery slope because people could say that she's out of her prime. He said because if you Google it, it says women are in their prime in their 20s, 30s, maybe 40s. I say, nigga, what? It was like, oh God. I feel like that's what people say about women who want to have children. Some people say the prime time physically to have children is in your 20s and in your 30s, sometimes You can be 40, but that's what people usually mean when they say women in their prime. And that's because medically, your body, as you get older, our body ages. So when I hear a woman is in her prime, I think about childbearing years, safely getting pregnant, carrying a term, not being high risk. That's what I think about when I hear someone says, you're in your prime when it comes to that. That has nothing to do with your mind, your physical, I'm sorry, your mental capacity to do things. Now, why I get what he was trying to say, it was still in the wrong context. Even if it wasn't him who was saying that, he was quoting stuff. Okay, Don, sometimes you gotta quote the right. It has to match what you're talking about. Okay, and it did. No, Janet had one of her 50s, but Janet also was a high risk. I think with Janet who had one, but Janet had been trying for a while. Having a kid in your 50s is not the norm. A lot of women do have kids after 40. However, there are more health complications that can happen when you're older. So it's not that you can't do it, but the prime is 20s, 30s, maybe 40s. No one would say women generally in their 50s generally can, you know what I'm saying, we like, oh, let's pop out some babies. It can happen, yes. But I still feel like, Don, you have to remember where it's context clues, okay? No one, and when you can Google it, you can Google. I didn't say Google, just Google it. And I got what he meant, but I'm like, sir, wrong conversation, wrong time and place. I don't think Don should be fired for this. I think Don is just stupid sometimes. But I think we all have brain pauses of stupidity. And I don't want to be like, oh, he should be fired because he's saying women ain't shit. I think he was confusing two completely different conversations about what it means by women being in their prime. And it is not about their mental capacity to run things at all. So sometimes Don just need to shut up, and be quiet. He may have been drinking. He may have been drunk. He really may have been drunk. Just drinking for no reason, the liquor taking over, okay? And then he around here sounding stupid. So he wasn't on, with the latest episode or whatnot, because make him sit down here. But people be saying shit for no reason. Hey, I ain't got nothing else to do. You after pen blamed Netflix for romanticizing serial taker outers. Okay, like the man who ate people. I watched the newest season of You, part 4, part 1. I think part 2 comes out in March. I watched the series over time. I don't know. I don't understand why people like killers. I don't. It's like my signal being done. I don't understand. I don't watch any murder type show and be like, I want him. I don't do that. Now, I do feel like I can for sure have a difference of, this is a fictional character who did not commit any heinous crimes on actual people, and the actor playing him is attractive, and I like the actor playing him, versus a movie about an actual taker-outer, okay, a person who takes people out of the world, and think about the real person and like the real person. I can't do that. I can't. I was just saying to myself like a week ago, I was like, because I did not finish watching the Jeffrey Dahmer story on Netflix. I got to maybe episode 2, and that was it. But I can watch You. I watch Dexter. I can watch these fictional shows about fictional people doing crazy things on a TV show because I don't have any connection to that being a real person. So I do feel like sometimes these networks be finding that the most handsomest actors to play people, and then people like them. I'm like, no, I don't. Peter Evans, who played Dahmer, I'm like, no, I didn't know. No, ma'am, no, sir. No, thank you. So I do need some of these shows to stop trying to make us love killers, because I don't want to do that. Diddy's former bodyguard says the Notorious Big murder wasn't a drive-by. The story they tell is not truthful. I feel like everybody have a conversation or want to bring up old stuff. But solve the murder. Do that first. Solve the murder. Figure out what happened. Other than that, shut up. We don't care, because I feel like that night it was, somebody he was in the car and somebody rolled past and was shooting and he died. So shut up, bodyguard. Ryan Seacrest. So y'all know Kelly and Ryan. I'm from the era when it was Regis and Kathy Lee, and then it was Regis and Kelly, and it was Kelly and Michael, and it was Kelly and Ryan. Well, Ryan Seacrest is leaving Kelly and Ryan. Okay, he's done 6 years on the show. He brought up how people kept on saying, "Oh, Kelly must be horrible to work with. She can't give anybody." I'm like, first of all, Regis Philbin retired because he was old. Michael Strahan left for whatever reason, I don't know. Ryan had only signed on to be on the show for 3 seasons. When the 3 seasons ended, he stayed on for 3 more seasons. He was never going to be on here long term. They're having his replacement would be Kelly's husband, Mark Consuelos. I said, "Oh, Haley and Mateo, if you are not old enough to," I used to watch All My Children back in the day. That's how I first met Kelly Ripa, when she was playing Haley. When she was playing Haley Chandler, was it Haley Chandler? Haley somebody girl, I don't know. On All My Children, and Mark was her husband, Mateo. So now it will be Kelly and Mark. I think that might work. I think it might work. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, as long as Mark and Kelly don't divorce from working together and, living together, it can really work. A long time ago when it was, Regis had his wife on there a long time ago, whatever. I don't mind Ryan leaving. I know, and I don't watch the show, but I've seen episodes before, and I know that Kelly and Mark have great banter. They're husband and wife or whatever. So that should work. I agree. They should have did this from the beginning. True, because I when I used to watch it all the time years ago, and when Mark would guest host, I would love them on there together. And so when Michael left, I was surprised they didn't bring in her husband. And when they brought in Ryan, I'm like, I don't even like Ryan Seacrest. Ryan to me is like a white alien. Like if aliens had races and he was like a Sadiddy alien, it'll be Ryan. Ryan remind me of a Sadiddy, perky, white person alien. I don't know why. That's what it does. But I like Mark Consuelos. I think he's handsome. He hasn't aged much. So I think it will be a seamless transition from, her and that man and her husband. I don't think it's much more. I don't want to cover any weird stuff. Wendy was seen in a rare look. When I have the picture. Wendy was around here in New York. When I saw her, because I saw the footage of her like walking in. I want to be honest. she still has this little bit of like, somebody make sure she don't fall. Somebody walk with Wendy to make sure she don't fall. Okay. Don't you leave Wendy by herself. Don't you let her walk by herself. Like, it's still that little bit of, she's an elder who needs some help walking around or whatever. There still is a bit of, saying I'm not fully there behind her eyes. I think she looks better than we've seen her before. But I still feel like she isn't fully there. And I just want people to allow her to keep just getting better. Like, we don't really need Wendy, and it's going to sound real harsh. We don't need Wendy back on TV. Wendy is not going to get no radio show. I think she wants a radio show. I don't know if that's going to happen. No, not just how she looks wobbly. I mean, how if you look at her face, if you look in her eyes, there's a part of her that it doesn't seem all the way there. I know because she only had, I think it was last year when she said she only had like 5%, feeling in her feet. So I'm fully aware that, she's holding on to because she don't have any feel in her feet, so she does not want to fall. But behind her eyes, she still looks like she's just still getting better. And I think the last time we saw her on her show, she looks amazingly, oh no, I can't even say that. The last time we saw her on her show and she was herself. So look, I'm up and clicking on stuff because I'm up and looking at what Tracy sent me and was supposed to be on this. I didn't forget I was looking at stuff. But the last time we saw Wendy on her own show, and she was herself before she got weird. If you look at her then and look at her now, like, she isn't ready. And I feel like we can't be selfish and feel like, well, yeah, let's put it back on the show. Let's put it back on the show. It's like, no, ma'am. No, sir. No, thank you. I agree, Angela. They should do some throwbacks of not her radio show. I think, well, if there's any way for Wendy to get her own kind of platform, and they can replay stuff she's already done, that to me would be fine. I'm still upset at the fact that the Wendy Williams show itself just like completely went away. It's just gone. I think that's kind of crazy. But to me, Wendy's quick-wittedness, her snapbacks, she ain't there yet. And I would prefer to remember her as great as she was than bring her back just to bring her back. And we see it ain't the same. I think that would be selfish of us to do based on, she just, let her, she was on for a long time. So if she needs time to sit down and chill out and be sure that she's okay, that's okay too. We can let her be. Okay. Now I have a couple of graphics. Where is they at? Rihanna. So Rihanna was on, I think was it British Vogue, either Vogue or British Vogue. Her and ASAP and the baby, whose name we still don't know, did a photo shoot. Okay, now as we now know, when she was shooting this photo shoot, she was pregnant. She did not know she was pregnant. Okay, she was like, the baby was in my belly and I didn't even know it. And this was shot. Well, not even that. I think we found out about her doing the tour role in like September. So it really is things where she probably just recently found out, in the past maybe 3 months, that she was knocked up. but she's with baby. Okay, but her and baby boy, he's so cute. Okay, he looks like Rihanna, but I also feel like I can see a little bit of ASAP, right? You know what I'm saying? But Rihanna jeans are strong. But he's such an adorable baby. Okay, it's a look. Folk don't like the fact that Rihanna is around here with ASAP Rocky. She look happy. And that's all that matters. She look happy, you know. She talk about how great their friendship is, how they're like best friends, and it's just amazing with him or whatever. Okay, talked about how great he is as a father, how much him and the son like bonds, how she's on the sideline looking on or whatever because it's this whole father son thing. And again, it's like I feel like we have to allow Rihanna to live in her womanness, her motherness, her that's my manness, and let her live. Okay, I saw folks saying, "Oh my God, why is ASAP in the back? Why is he? Oh, that's so." Shut up. Shut up. I don't get how people don't want men to sometimes be soft and caring with their children and their woman. Like it ain't always about being rough and tough with alpha puffs. Okay, it's like let that man cradle his son. Let him show love to his son. Let him show that he can also stand behind his woman. You know what I'm saying? He does not have to be the man of it all. It's like shut up, lead it. People been messing with Rihanna. I don't like it. Leave it be. Okay, let her be who she is. But the photos look great. Okay, so confetti to Rihanna for her Vogue cover. Okay, with her and ASAP and the baby. Okay, I want to move on to women being women. Okay, these two stories was crazy to me because it just shows to me how as women we have to be able to stand up for ourselves and fight back in one way or another. And if somebody died, well then guess what? Stop fucking with me. So first we had the lady who was at her apartment complex in the gym working out, minding her own business. Okay, some dude came to the door. She opened the door, assuming it was somebody else just coming to work out at the gym, but no. Okay, and I'm not gonna play either video because it's triggering. But the lady at the gym, she's like 24 years old, and I think it was 24. But the dude came in there and tried to attack her, and she had to fight him off. Okay, eventually she was. First of all, I would have hit him with some dumbbells. Okay, boing. Okay, I would have cracked his cranium. His cranium would have been cracked fucking with me. Okay, and seeing the video of her, like she went open the door, went back to working out. He was walking around. He probably walked around to see what was in there. He eventually came over to her, trying to like touch her, and she's fighting him off. And also, the nigga was in flip flops. I'm like, man, this is also a lesson. I also want us to start paying more attention. For me, I don't open the door for nobody. So I'm so happy that she was able to fight him off, and she, did not get harmed. But I also want us as women to. Sometimes we don't have to be so nice and polite. Like if he outside, be out there. Be out there. Because that's just me. I don't know you. Or I would have just called somebody like, hey, apartment people, somebody outside. Can you send somebody? You know what I'm saying? So I would only suggest if you are somewhere and someone's trying to get in, you don't know them, don't let them in. Do not. But thank God she was safe. Now, dude, no, she didn't recognize him. She opened the door because she assumed he was trying to get to the gym. So she said that she just opened the door in general. Because she thought she was being nice. So that's not what happened. Either way I go, if you don't know somebody, don't let them in. If you kind of you can't get in. You can't get in. But the dude, once he was arrested the following day, he had admitted to he was gonna try to, take her okay, her vagina. And he also had tried to break into the house of somebody else to do the same to that person. So clearly, his ass need to be up under the jail. Up under the jail. Whatever he had, whatever, put him up under there. Okay? Yeah. You do not open the door to strangers. And it was great because one, we kind of saw the whole thing happen and seen her like fight him. You know what I'm saying? It was like we're gonna be fighting. We're gonna be fighting. Well, no, he may have lived there. She did not know that person. She said she opened the door because she just assumed it was somebody coming in. But you should not do that. Even if some, because my thing is this, like in my complex, I don't open the door for nobody. If I'm coming home and I live in a safe neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, I won't walk in the building door if somebody else is around. Because I'm like, I don't have time letting anybody else around here who may not live here no more, but I know them from before. I don't know if you still live here. So we as women just have to, one, be happy that we have, the strength to beat somebody's ass if they're fucking with us. But we also, we have to be more careful because this could have went way worse. And I'm so happy that she was even paying attention to see him coming towards her so that he could not, like, you know what I'm saying, catch her off guard. Like, she still had her guards up. So that was a great thing too. And then in the other one, okay, the off-duty cop shoots somebody who she broke up a fight. She had broke up a fight. Dude was still there, whatever. And the video showed them standing there. And then she about to walk away. Okay? Because she just broke up a fight. She about to walk away. The dude grabs her from behind to take her gun. I'm like, nigga, what? And you hear her saying to him, stop, let me go. I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to kill you. And he replies that, well, you're going to kill me. I was like, the minute he said, well, kill me then, I was like, nigga, what? And then when she let the first shot off, like I told y'all, oh, you shot me. Yes, fool. You can't be around here. It's weird that people want to test women, men or whoever, because because it was no one else on that street, and she was walking away. And when he said, bitch, give me your gun, and he's trying to grab her and overpower her, and she's saying to him, let me go, stop, I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to kill you. Because my thing is, once I feel like my life is in danger, I don't have time to try to help you live. No, I'm going to shoot you, you may die. Let me tell you that, because if you let me go, you can live. And seeing him still wrestling with her and not wanting to let her go. And she then shoots him the first time. And he's still kind of holding on her. And so she shoots him the second time. Now, the third shot that I heard, I say, man, what did you do? However, at the end of the day, if you are not walking away from me and no longer been a threat to me, I have to keep shooting you until you are down. And the crazy part is, it's all caught on camera. But it's like her telling him, let me go, I'm going to shoot you. And he like, you're going to have to. And it's like, what was you thinking? And then as he, said, oh my gosh, you shot me. Yes, you tried to rob me for my gun. Yes. And she yelling out at people, call the police that shot somebody, whatever. And it was crazy because she's like, I got to go to work. And now you done fucked up my day because I can't go to work because your dumb ass tried to rob me and I done shot you. And so now this is where we are. So just women being able to, one, be aware of our surroundings enough to prevent these men or whoever from grabbing us, doing things to us, overpowering us. We have one woman who did not have any weapon, but who was still able to keep fighting to get away from old boy. And then the second woman who happened to have her gun with her as an off-duty cop, and she ended up having to shoot someone because he was trying to take her gun. And my thing is, you can't take my gun if you gonna shoot me. So I'm just happy that both these women are safe. Now, the one dude is in prison for in jail for trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to mess with that lady. The second dude, he died from the gunshot wounds. I think 2 days later, he died from the gunshot wounds. But I feel like, you know, you fuck around, you find out. You know what I'm saying? You can't be right. He had on flip-flops, he definitely wasn't there to work out. And that's the part where I think when he was walking back up to her in the gym, she realized, like, why is he walking to me? Why is he in flip-flops? I think she thought then, okay, this is weird. This is not right. No, we have to fight. We have to fight. I was confused why she ain't lift the weights and hurt him. I'm sure she was just flooded with thoughts. I'm just suspecting it on foot. Yeah, I think she was like, I do think she was confused, like, what the fuck is what's happening? And I think it is in her not thinking clearly enough to grab something heavy, knock his ass out with it. I think she thought if I say move with me, he may, you know, go away. But as she noticed he wasn't and he was trying to grab her, she just, you know, was wrestling with him and just trying to get away. But I'm like, and both, come on, our superwomen, okay? We have to be able to protect ourselves. And some people, you're going to find out. So one person found out and they're down there resting in jail. And the second person, unfortunately, died. But I feel like if you trying to rob me and I tell you I'm going to shoot you and you keep coming at me, then you want to die. So, you know, I can't, you know, feel bad because she warned you. And I think when somebody is in the process of committing a crime to another person and you die in that situation, you know, so blessings to both of these ladies. Okay, on to something else. Jen Shah, who was on the Housewives of Salt Lake City, turned herself in today to serve her 6.5 years for her crime. Okay, she's in a federal prison camp about 100 miles. It's 100 miles northwest of downtown Houston, Texas. She pled guilty to this wire fraud. Again, she has 6.5 years because she was out there having that little scheme of targeting old people because she ain't nothing. Okay, now it's a minimum security prison. There are no cells. There's no barbed wire or fencing. It's a golden standard, as they say, for serving time. Okay, the daily lives of the prisoners it's a structure between work and programs. You get to, if you're not working, you can have visitors, watch TV, play sports, do arts and craft, and attend religious services. Now, I'm like, she in Texas, okay, not Utah. I wonder where her husband come visit her. But a prison with no bars, is it really prison or is it camp? She at camp. She got a 5-year camp. You're 5 years in camp. Lord Jesus. But again, you go around here and you just be there. You're gonna be there. So, 6.5 years. Sit down some damn well. Sit down. Aura of the Keely. Okay. 2 things happened with him. One, he had an appeal trying to get a new case, a new trial for his case. The judge said, "Hells no." So the judge rejected his request for a new trial, so he will be sentenced. Okay, and so the prosecutor said, "Hey, judge, can you give him another 25 years?" I said, "No, 25 years." And y'all know Kelly is already serving a 30-year sentence. Okay, and he could get from 25 more years to 10 more years. I feel like that man ain't going nowhere. Aura of the Keely will be in prison forever. He would more than likely die in prison. Um, Many people have said, had he just sat there, kept his hands to himself, and ate his food, he would not be in this predicament. Okay, but he kept being around here doing the same things, playing games. Okay, and he also fucked around and found out. So I feel like, sir, look, I am of a certain age. Okay. I'm of the age where, again, I remember the video. I saw the tape. Okay. Back in the, in the NANAs in 2000s on a VCR. Okay. A VCR, not a DVD, not online, not on YouTube, not on Twitter. Okay. I saw that tape on a VCR, on a VHS tape. And even I knew that was that man and that was a kid. And so for me, he has been getting away with that since then. He never stopped, what he liked. People in his camp knew. And so if it's down to him now being locked up, they won't let him out. They got me locked up. Okay. Had you set the fuck down. Once you got off for that trial back in 2003, once you got off for that crime, the fact that you kept doing stuff over the years, sit down some damn well. Sit down. Okay? Leave it be. So I was like, even if he only do 30 years, if he gets out 30 years, whatever. But he, I saw the tape. It was him. Not his brother. It was him. Okay? It was that man. So we shall see. He'll be sentenced, I believe, next week. So we'll see how much more time he's going to get on top of the 30 years he has now. Okay? Now, let's get to the grand inquisition, which is the Chris Brown scenario. So take one little second, y'all, and please like the video. Because y'all don't like it is a thing to do. So everybody was really around here, minding their own business. Okay, minding our own business, chilling out or whatever. And we seen Kroy post this. Okay. She just finished her solo album. And she had that first single that came out called Pray. It's called Pray It Away. I think it's called Pray It Away. I like the Pray It Away song. I do. I like her music. People like to criticize her every chance they get. I don't. I feel like she is still exploring her sound, what she wants to do. It's her first solo. Let her be, okay? But again, she posted this and it said, okay, second piece, how does it feel? With the something featuring Chris Brown. See, Breezy, okay, who some might look at as public enemy number one. Uno. And a lot of people had a lot to say about Chris. But when I even say Chris, they had an issue with Kroy, having him do a song with her. I saw folk like, she ain't gonna ever learn. She keep making mistakes. She keep this way. I feel like men collaborate with Chris Brown and no one has an issue. And Kroy had him on the song and everybody lost their mind. I feel like Chris Brown has a cult following. Chris Brown has fans who will rock with him regardless of what's going on. And I feel like if you don't like Chris Brown, that's fine. You can't dictate how somebody else chooses to work with him. I feel like we were talking about Monique, and I was saying how Chris Brown be ignoring folks who call him out, and he said not today. He was not quiet today. We all are aware of the thing. Chris Brown will never live down the situation between him and Rihanna. He also had issues with him and who was her name? Karrueche. And we have literally seen him grow from a child to what happened with him and Rihanna, to the situation with him and Karrueche. I think most people issue with him is the Rihanna situation because the photo of Rihanna that came out, no one will ever forget that. So I feel like some people will never move past that, even though Rihanna has, even though after that they got back together for a little bit of a minute, and I feel like they are cordially friendly now. Meaning, if they were to see each other, they can say hi, and it's not no weird shit. Rihanna, who was the victim, has moved on. Karrueche, for as far as we know, has also moved on. And I'm not trying to defend Chris Brown at all because I feel like that's a part of your history. So it's going to come up. But I feel like to bring up Chris Brown's history to kind of dog out Chloe is what I don't like. Chris Brown is still an amazing artist. He's also older now. I think he's on that drug now. And it's the weird thing about, I feel, if you don't rock with him, that's fine. But you should not bandwagon jump on Chloe to make her feel like you made a horrible mistake. He's going to ruin. I'm like, it's just a single, for one. We haven't heard it for two. And musically, I feel like if someone wants to collab with Chris Brown, that's on them. It really, really is. But I've seen so many tweets about, I can't believe Chloe's dumb, and all this shit. Okay, all this shit. Thank you, Summer. Thank you for the Cash App. I don't like the fact that they won't leave Chloe alone and they want to pull her into Chris Brown shit. So it was all the scuttlebutt on social media, this, that, or the other. Well, Keely from 3LW made this post. And I said, Lord Jesus. So she, reposted Chloe's post about her working with Chris Brown on a song. And she said, let him come out with his own record. So genius, so captivating that it makes us all forget he beats women. He can't, so he won't. So what does he do? He slowly creeps back into the mainstream by getting small nods for features on Black women's merits. Black women who are more talented, more worthy, but give him the okay. I'm swatting the fucking air right now. Garbage. I was like, ooh, girl, what? Now, first of all, I don't really. Do I follow Chris Brown? I can't remember. I may not follow him on IG, but I do know that he be putting out music. I know that for a fact. But he puts out music, so I don't think he's using features with other artists because Chris Brown's fans, like, they rock with him, and I don't think Chris Brown is using black women to get back in our good graces. I don't. I think Chris Brown don't get no fucks who don't like him. But what I want to see is the video with Chloe and Chris, because they're both great dancers. So I want to see the dancing of them all and the song of it all. So I was like, that's, a lot for me. Wait, let me look at some comments. Chris drafted the Good Morning America Office too. He has problems, but he is talented. It's up to artists whether they want to be attached to him or not. I agree, but I also feel like I hate to bring up my age. I'm not Chris Brown. I'm not. I want to acknowledge that he has issues. I'm hoping he's worked past his issues. But I also feel, and I've never done anything to the effect of what he did, so I'm not comparing the two. But I am saying I would hate to be judged in my 40s for what I've done as a teenager and in my 20s. Now, what Chris has done in his late 20s and 30s, that's something else. But I also feel like for all people, at what point do we say, okay, they did some fucked up things or whatever, and hopefully they have learned a lesson, they'll stop it. Just stop it. I'm a fan of both Chris and Chloe. I think some people just don't like, but I agree. And I'm like, if you don't like Chloe, you do not have to listen to her. Why do you care what she puts? If you don't like her, like there are many artists. If I don't like an artist, I don't have any idea what they're doing. I'm not gonna say, oh, I hate so and so. So I don't even listen to them. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? People are annoying. Stay throwing stones from a glass house. Karrueche has a permanent, yes. Chris with Karrueche was obsessively stalking her, like assuming, well, you should just take me back. And she said, Negro, no. Okay. Judge, police, okay? And she did what had to be done. He's done something with Nicki Minaj, Brandy, her, LMA, and so many other women since both Karrueche and Riri. People pick and choose when they want to be upset. I think we just don't like it. And that's the sad part, because you're ruining her moment for no good reason. And I like her music. And I also feel like once she grows as an artist, who knows how she's going to grow? Because how her and Hailey was when they first came out, they have sonically grown since then. So I don't like how people want to bandwagon bash her because of him. And the song that she did that Brandy did with Chris Brown, I love it. I can't think. I love the song. It's on her. Is it the Aphrodisiac album or the Brandy? I think it's on the Brandy album. But it's it's crazy. Okay, I'm not doing. We're gonna get on Keely. I remember the Disney Child's days and stuff. Look, yes, people did not like Beyonce. When she first Beyonce did not become Beyonce until her solo album came out, the first one, was it Dangerous Love came out, and after that, people started to like her, and then maybe after the second solo album, they like her. But it's weird, it's weird that people like to just be mean to Chloe. Chris has he be having these long. Put it out. I'll put it out. Yes, that's what put it out. He has these 30 song, albums that his fans really love. Okay. The song Put It Down with him and Brandy is amazing. It's on Brandy's album, and I love it. Chris Brown as an artist is very talented, but I am not making excuses for Chris Brown. Okay, because what he did is what he did. And he will forever be answering to that. The same way I think Monique will always, it'll be sprinkled in whatever she's doing that, you know what I'm saying? You have to know how to handle it though. And yes, I was just about to say this. I was just about to say Chris Brown was a child star who got reckless and unchecked and did some bull stuff that was wrong, because it's not any, I don't think anyone feels like what he did was right. I think everyone acknowledges at a time in his life he was a volatile person who needed help. Okay, whether it be some prison help, some therapist help, some cop help, or whatever it may be, he needed someone to sit that down and say, "Hey, bruh, you're doing too much. You're doing too much." And to me, he kept spiraling and kept spiraling. I think he's just now trying to, not now like today, but I mean like within the past few years, he's learned in his 30s to stop spiraling. And I also feel like when you have someone who's young and they have all this money and all this access, be that if they are black, white, male, female, whatever, some people just, it becomes too much. Is weird. Right. No one ignored what happened. When it happened, we were pissed. We were pissed. However, the fact that he and Rihanna moved past it, healed from it, who am I to sit here and be mad about it? I can't. Because to me, as long as he's not doing that anymore to anybody, I'm okay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I like to try to allow people to grow and get better while remembering, if you do that shit again now. Okay. Now, after Chris Brown saw what Keely said, Chris Brown got upset. Chris Brown said, I got time today. He went and posted a couple of things. Okay? Because he said, how dare you, bitch. He didn't say bitch. I'm paraphrasing. How dare you? Okay? Chris Brown was like, okay, you wanted, and this is the thing. I also want to put this. A lot of people were commenting and posting, whatever. I don't know. I don't know why what she posted made him respond, but it did. I also want to note that Keely, if you go to her Twitter, and I don't follow, but I went to her Twitter today to see what she posted. I went to her page today to get a screenshot of what she posted. Keely consistently is posting and commenting on everything. You hear me? Everything. And I think she is just she's a comment poster. Like, that's just what she do. And just seeing how much I was like, oh, she really be posting everything, like different topics, like she be on Twitter comment like regular people, like regular people. So I want to note that I've seen her commenting on mostly all the stuff going on or whatever. She's a comment. You know what I'm saying? Now, Chris Brown responds to her. He said, I have time today. I'm getting kind of the fact that it's how he spelt it. It's the promises for me. I was like, no, Chris. I was gagging. Like, oh, he really had time. Okay. And he responded saying, obviously, you are at a point in your life where either you are very broke or broken. The fact you think you have to speak negatively about me makes you look so lame. Your life and career must suck right now. Mind your business would have been best, but I guess you don't have a business or a real job that makes you financially stable. I feel more embarrassed for you at your actual maturity. I'm sorry, and your actual maturity. And he said, stop it. Okay, stop it. I'm like, not making fun of her. Girl, I said, Lord Jesus. Now, I also feel like maybe because, she is semi-famous, because she is Keely from 3OW. Okay, now, for me, I don't like Keely. Not because of this. I haven't like Keely says the shit with her and Tory from years ago. I feel like Keely still has not matured enough to even own up to the part she played into how bad things were for Naturi back in 3W days. Okay, I think she still would say things currently, that make me feel like she hasn't grown up to be better than who she was. She still kind of comes off as a immature mean girl, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, okay. He also said, okay, because again, he wasn't finished. He wasn't finished. He also said, if you still hate me for a mistake I made as a 17-year-old, please kiss my whole entire ass. I'm fucking 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with this narrative. You weird ass niggas are the same ones that tune in every week to see Blueface and Krishan beat the out of each other in front of the world. But that's okay. It's entertainment. All y'all can suck my disrespectfully. I said, oh, not disrespectfully. Not this. Now, when he said that, Blueface said, oh, let me into the chat. Okay, so Blueface then went on social media and where is it at? I'm going to show y'all what Blueface said. Because I'm like, Blueface, shut up. Because my thing is this. Krishan and Blueface are always on the blogs. They're always on the blogs for this reason or that reason. Simply because, I don't know. I don't even like reporting on them at all. But here go Blueface.
It's breezy. Yeah. Beat the Yaki.
I don't know what he's speaking is weird, but I'm gonna let y'all say hear what he said. We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch.
What's happening? Look, check it out. I understand the frustration, fool. For me being in the situation. I'm not even gonna trip on you because the message you trying.
I don't believe anybody whose jewelry make noise like bottles. When your jewelry knocks and it sounds like empty bottles, I don't trust you. I also don't trust people who wear sunglasses in the house that keep falling off their face. I don't trust you.
This thing is way off. I get it. Bitch hit me. It's funny. I hit her back as fuck Blueface, so I totally get it. That'll be the most irritating thing ever. But you gotta play the cards that you was dealt. You want some, but they did it too. Why aren't you guys telling them anything? Type shit. And it's like, bro, life don't work like that, man. If we all go do a crime together, we're not all gonna get the same time together. You hear me?
Blueface is an alien. Okay, because one, why do your chains sound like empty bottles? For one, and for two, why? And also, I put a filter on here, so that's why it looks a little bit cartoonish. But trying to make it seem as if, well, if everybody could do the same thing, but not get their time. This is the thing. Chris Brown's point was, people are out here dogging him for what he did in the past. But you and Krishan are actively in a domestic violent relationship that plays out on TV and on social media consistently. And to me, Chris Brown is right. Y'all can't come at me when y'all out here supporting them in this. It's different. And you're up here, right, with wind chimes. Okay, with wind chimes on for no damn reason. Okay, and making it seem as if he wants the same treatment as you. I don't rock with Blueface or Krishan. That's why I rarely ever comment on what they got going on. I don't watch that Bad Girls Club show. I don't watch their show. I don't subscribe to it because it's dangerous. And Krishan and Blueface, to me, are worse than Chris Brown and Rihanna. Because y'all are consistently fighting each other on camera while being drunk and are high. Whereas Chris Brown and Rihanna situation from years ago, luckily, it ended when it ended. But Chris Brown's right, y'all are around here with just fight each other for no damn reason. And people find y'all entertaining. But they're criticizing Chris Brown, we're really criticizing Chloe for working with Chris Brown. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
You might get the most amount of time. We might not all say nothing, but we all went and did the crime, so we got to take the time. You hear me? You on some? You guys are gonna give me the most time, but they did it too. Like judge, sentence. Yeah, like, we ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. You feel me? Like, handle your candle, deal with your situation how you deal with it. Only thing I disagree with is you posting all these random white people and me and the bitch.
We'll get into white people in a minute.
And trying to like distract from your thing. You feel me? Like, you gotta stand on it, kid. Like, if you beat the bitch up, shit, you beat the bitch up.
You hear that? Now, to give Chris Brown a little bit of credit, I've never heard Chris Brown say, if I beat the bitch up, I beat the bitch up. Blueface, in my opinion, is just as bad, if not worse, than Chris Brown.
Like, oh God, like you.
And not Krishan in the background laughing while in her abusive relationship.
Yeah, like I get it. You on some R&B. You don't want to be seen as R&B, but oh God, you beat the Yaki. You gotta, hey, I beat my bitch up, man. I ain't finna come on here and be like, well, Chris Brown did it 16 years ago, and you guys let him still like perform at the BET Awards, and I'm gonna sound like a square guy.
First of all, it took Chris Brown a long time to like get back on stage for one, and I feel like Chris Brown don't really be on award shows. Like, Chris Brown is still actively barred, and we're not gonna see him on performing. We not. So Chris Brown is still getting handed, his flowers for what he did. Okay, just saying.
I'm sound like my last opinion is, cuz you beat up the wrong bitch. Yeah.
You hear that, y'all? Let me rewind it. As he said, Chris Brown issue is he beat up the wrong bitch. Okay.
Sound like a square guy. That's what I'm gonna sound like. My last opinion is, cuz you beat up the wrong bitch. Yeah. You got a bad judge. Like, you feel me? We didn't all get the same judge. Cuz God, I got a bitch. You feel me? She gonna fight back, so I'm gonna get less time. You hear me?
I got a bitch who gonna fight back, so I'm gonna get less time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what he said. Yep.
You beat up you beat up the wrong bitch. You beat up the bitch that just performed at the Super Bowl. Nigga, like, yeah, like, I'm sorry, fool. Like, you should have got you a little ghetto bitch or something that you could fight with. That's what I did. I could have.
Go do what I did. I got me a ghetto bitch. Okay.
Plenty of famous bitches I decided to go to. Feel me? Unnatural element. I'm underground. You feel me?
You annoying, my nigga.
Beat the Yaki. Moral of the story: watch it. You can't watch the bitch you beat up.
He then posted this: the truth could never be a diss. I fucks with Chris Brown. Met cuz he's just as player as me. It's all love, but I got hit with a straight this morning. You didn't get hit with a straight. You got hit with a part of the truth. You and Krishan are messily, domestically, violently together. Okay? Thank you for super chat, Alika. People wanted to take his ex-wife at the same time, and no one made a big deal out of it. I didn't know that. Did not know that. But Chris Brown then went on a whole thing. Okay. He said, where are the cancel culture with these white artists that date underage women? Leo DiCaprio. Beat the fuck out their wives, giving bitches AIDS. Oh, that's right. They are your buddies. No more fake love for me. Stay out my way or get ran over. Simple as that. None of you, and I mean none of you, Negroes can fuck with me. He then posted a plethora of white people who at one time or the other have been accused of, arrested for, charged with, found guilty of some kind of domestic abuse situation in a relationship. Okay, Sean Penn, Mel Gibson, Nicolas Cage, Ozzy Osbourne, Tommy Lee, Christian Slater. Christian Slater looked like he beat some people. Slash, Charlie Sheen, Steven Seagal, Emma Roberts, Carmen Electra, and James. I say James, not Elf Daddy. Lord, Elf Daddy, he was an elf. Anyway, he just made a point of saying, and look, two things can be true at the same time. Chris Brown not lying. What he said is true. He did what he did, and these are the repercussions of what he did. You will always be tied into what you used to do. You have to be able to know when not to respond. And I feel like what Keely said was like, he consistently beats women. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming Chris Brown's issue was, I'm not currently doing that, but I keep bringing up what I used to do as if other people have not done that, i.e. Christiana and Blueface, i.e. all these white folks, whatever, and other people who have done things. Chris also went to Keely's page. Keely had posted a video a couple weeks ago of her doing a little dance skit. Chris went to the page and commented, choo choo, and called her Miss Amtrak. I say, not Miss Amtrak. Because y'all know Keely was on Carlos King podcast on YouTube and admitted to having a orgy or sex situation, threesome, foursome, with 3 of the 4 members of B2K, with Raz B, Fizz, and Bug. She said not a Marion, but she admitted to having a situation with all of them at the same time. And she said it was back her whole day, And so Chris remembered that and came on around here to tell her, I said, not choo choo, not Miss Amtrak. Lord. Oh. I'm like, not Miss Amtrak. Look, Chris, today, look, I always say, sometimes you catch people on the wrong day. And stuff they typically will ignore. He said, not today. No, ma'am. No. He started with the stop it. Stop it. And ended it with the Miss Amtrak. And the train emojis, y'all. And look, I'm a firm believer in this, okay? 3 people, be it 2 women and a man, be it 3 men, be it 3 women, be it 2 men and 1 woman, I always say that's a threesome. 3 people, to me, no matter how many penises or vaginas, to me is a threesome. Okay. However, if there's 4 people and only 1 person at a time is, having sex with the person and the other 2 are like just waiting, that's the definition of a train to me. I know a lot of folk like to say, no, if it's more than one penis, it's a train. And I was like, well, if everybody having sex at the same time and no one is not sitting there waiting their turn, it's a threesome. But if it's 4 people, somebody waiting. That is a train. I don't know why she wanted to admit that she had sex with 3 of them at the same time. I don't know. I also don't believe in slut shaming. I don't know. I feel like if men can have sex with multiple women on the same day and not be, it's a train or whatever, I feel like, women, we should not be held to a different standard because we only have one vagina. You know what I'm saying? Dudes be around here, it was me and 5 ladies. And then they ran a train on you. They all wait to sit on your penis. So if no one is saying that men have trained ran on, then leave it be. Okay, I don't like shaming, because if you like sex, you like sex. Sex is great. I love sex. You know what I'm saying? And people have to allow people to be open sexually, but I would never be around here just like, yeah, I fuck, JayBirds and Fizz and Raz B at one time. And at one time we all. That's my business. You know what I'm saying? Some things can be shared, but because of how some folks feel, some stuff, that's my business. Is what people. I don't know why Keely admitted that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. Because what you do in your bedroom or in whoever's room is whatever. But people like to judge. And to me, all of this is people judging. And if most folk mind their business. If Kroy wanted to have a song with the artist Chris Brown and her team said cool, let it be. But people really tried to bully that lady and to make her feel bad because she's working with Chris Brown. And Keely was one of those people, because what she said was like, she's using, he's not using Kroy. I feel like Kroy probably said, I want to work with Chris Brown. And Keely posted what she posted. Okay. And to me, this makes it seem like Kroy does not have her own mind. I mean, she's less of a grown woman and who wants to make her own decisions. Because she posted for her album that she's been working on for like 3 years. Hey, this is my next single coming out next week. And clearly it's a video for it. And I can't wait to see it. But when you play around, you fuck around, you find out. And then Chris Brown is calling you a Amtrak on Twitter, on Instagram. It's sad. It's sad. People were like, I can't believe he got upset, by Keely, and she said, yeah, I'm not even the most famous one from my group. And I'm like, you're not. A part of me do fit. Look, the reason I have an issue with Keely, as I said earlier, is I never got over her treatment of Notori. And even now, I feel like in her mind, she's still a bit upset that both Notori and Adrian careers never stopped. They may have stalled a little bit here and there, but currently, they're both thriving in their careers. So part of me feel like she be commenting, because she's she be consistently commenting on everything on Twitter. And a part of me feel like she wants to, her name wrong, she wants to be addressed. She wants people to see what she posts, to see how far it could go. I don't think she thought Chris Brown would respond. I think she maybe thought people would respond. But, you know, she's a poster. You know, a cheetah girl really made Chris Brown pissed. Not even one of the famous ones, because you know they're not saying she famous. But I got this man typing today, child. So again, you know, I do feel like, you know, she likes, you know, she be on social media. You know, and that just may be what she like to do. Okay, she might just like to comment and tweet and give her opinion. And while we look at her as that's Keely 3W, she made this, you know, be, you know, whatever. I know she also had posted about, maybe this is why, because you know, she around here laughing about Chris Breezy. So maybe she just always, you know, just saying shit. Don't know. I don't follow her, so I don't know. But hopefully, you know, she has some fun. She got more followers than me. But she don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Folk that throwing stones, Lil Uzi Vert, just convicted of assault by his ex Brittany, but it was on Grammy stage today. You know? So, I mean, but Chris Brown had time today. And I just want people to support Chloe. Fuck Chris Brown. Because I'm not here to defend him. My thing is, I want us to support Chloe. I want us to support other female artists. And even if they choose to work with somebody who everybody don't love, at the same time, it's her album, it's her song, and if she chose it, whatever. Anyway, y'all, I don't think nothing else is going on. It ain't nothing else. It ain't nothing else. Okay, going on in the world. Not at all. Okay, it is boring around here in life, and so it is what it is. Okay, I will be live tomorrow to review Love After Lockup at 5:30. That is tomorrow. Other than that, I hope everybody have a great rest of y'all evening. I hope y'all enjoy the chat. Okay, I hope everybody will have a great weekend. Too. I hope our weather here in Michigan is better because it's crazy. It's hot and then cold and then freezing ice and stuff. Okay, so have a good night, y'all. Like the video. Okay, remind yourselves to like the video. Do not forget to also share the video. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and Twitter. Subscribe to my channel. And until tomorrow, y'all. Until tomorrow at 5:30. I love you all, but I gotta go. Love you. Bye.